Good morning, and welcome back to Daily Dhamma, a letter to our children. Today is May 8th, and our reading is The Sound of Breaking Glass. The splintered aspects of the soul, the aspects that require healing, need to interact in physical matter so that each part of the splinteredness can become whole. And that's Gary Zukav from The Seat of the Soul. We believe everyone in our life is here for a reason, whether we understand what it is or not. It's our job to piece back together the broken shards of our kamma and heal our relationships with others. It doesn't matter if this is quantum entanglement or volitional kammic formation. Our task is to be here now and do the next right thing. What do we know? The people who are placed in our path are placed in our path for reasons that are beyond our comprehension. What we can do is to try to be kind and not cause any additional harm, not put an extra rock in their sack of woe, and to see if we can be of service. Remember, selfless service is doing something without any expectation of a reward of cash and prizes or a statue or anything else. And that's the third chapter of the Bhagavad Gita as well. So the universe sees fit to put us together. Least we can do is try to lend a helping hand. We are told that the only way that we are freed from the consequences of kamma is through renunciation. Traditionally, this was called sannyasa, and this is when usually older people, older men, but older women as well, renounced the world and went out as mendicants and did what mendicants do. That is, they leave hearth and home and family and pursue a life of contemplation and rely on donations, begging for their sustenance. And this is where the whole idea of the alms round for Theravada Buddhist monks and nuns comes from. And back in the day, in chapter 5 of the Gita, they talk about this. And even back in those days, it wasn't that many people went out into the jungle and lived under a tree. There's just not much appeal to that. But the famous guy is the Buddha. Siddhartha Gautama was a prince, and he had it made. He had everything he needed, and most of what he wanted, and everything was just ducky. But he did not feel fulfilled, so he left his wife and his son, and he became a mendicant monk, and eventually, once he discovered the path, he was enlightened, and he was able to come back and share his insights with the rest of the world, for which we are deeply grateful. As a sannyasi, he had an opportunity to compare the way of Sankhya, which is contemplation or information, as opposed to karma yoga, which is the way of action. Sankhya and yoga could be translated as theory and practice, in fact. The Buddha said, practice a lot. So happy trails to you until we meet again.